Hello everyone, today we are going to complete the coordinate geometry section for ESAT M1. Now this section, coordinate geometry, is technically a part of algebra, but it's better if we go through this separately, as there are a lot of formulae that we could use in order to make our lives easier in both ESAT M1 and M2. So let us get straight to the point, pun intended. For a straight line, the slope m is given as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. The change in vertical coordinates divided by the change in horizontal coordinates. The slope is basically the angle the line makes with the positive direction of x-axis. In the slope-intercept form, you write the equation of a line as y is equal to mx plus c, where c is the y-intercept and m is the slope. Of course, the definition has been given above. Now, if you were to replace this value of m by the definition of the slope that I had given you earlier, then you would get something known as the two-point form. That is given as y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So you don't need to calculate the slope separately. If there are 2 points given, you could directly apply the two-point form and get the equation that way. However, if you require to calculate the slope, then of course calculate it here by this formula and then use the point slope form. The double intercept form is quite handy when we are looking into inequalities or we need to draw the diagram of straight lines for any particular problem. Now the double intercept form states x by a plus y by b is equal to 1, where a is the x-intercept and b is the y-intercept. This is very easy to understand. If you plug in y is equal to 0, you will get x equal to a, so it becomes the x-intercept. If you plug in x equal to 0, you will get y is equal to b, which makes b the y-intercept. The general form of a straight line is given as ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. You will observe this when we solve simultaneous equations. In the section of linear equations in two variables, you must have seen that the simultaneous general equations are given as a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. If two lines are parallel, then their slopes are equal. Okay, m1 is equal to m2. If two lines are perpendicular, then the product of their slopes is minus 1. m1, m2 is equal to minus 1. We will use this quite often in coordinate geometry questions. The distance between 2 points according to the distance formula is given as x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. The order of these operations do not matter. You could write x1 minus x2 whole square as well because these are under a square operation, so the negative will be taken care of. This formula is derived by the Pythagoras theorem. The general section formula is given as mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, comma my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n. If you plug in m and n as 1, you would get the section formula for a line that is divided in the ratio of 1:1, which is basically bisection. So we can use the midpoint formula directly, which is x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. If you are looking into the midpoint of a particular line segment, take the average of the x coordinate of its endpoints and the average of the y coordinate of its endpoints, and that would give you the midpoint. The centroid or the center of gravity of a triangle is given as x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. I hope you know that the center of gravity is basically the point at which the entire mass of a body is concentrated. The center of gravity lies at the point of intersection of the medians, and each of the medians divide themselves in the ratio 2:1. Now, the chapter on coordinate geometry doesn't contain any more theoretical concepts. We have coordinate geometry of circles, but that is in M2. So here is a question. Pause the video here. Check if you can solve this question in 90 seconds. Alright, I hope you have solved it. What does the question say? The points a 2,5 and b 8,1 are given. The perpendicular bisector of AB passes through the midpoint of AB. Yeah, that's common sense, right? And has the gradient perpendicular to AB. Find the y-intercept of the perpendicular bisector. So we need the equation of the perpendicular bisector, and we need to plug in x equal to 0 in that, or we can write it in y equal to mx plus c form and get c that way. So what will be the midpoint of A and B? That is easy to figure out. Use the midpoint formula. So the midpoint of A and B would be 5,3. If we want to figure out the equation of the perpendicular to AB, we need the slope of AB first. So the slope of AB is calculated as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, that would give you minus 2/3. The slope of the perpendicular bisector is the negative reciprocal of the slope of the original line. So that will be minus 1 by m1, which would give you 3/2. Since we have the slope and a point through which the straight line passes, we can use the point slope form to figure out the equation of the line. The point slope form is given as y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So that's our y1, that's our x1, and that is our m. When we simplify this, we calculate this as y is equal to 3/2x minus 1.5 into 5 is 7.5 plus 3. This turns out to be y minus 3/2x minus 4.5. I have deliberately written it in y is equal to mx plus c format so that I can read off c directly, and that would be the answer. So comparing with y is equal to mx plus c, c is equal to minus 4.5, which is the y-intercept of the perpendicular bisector. Let us do a few more questions. Try this problem. The third vertex of an equilateral triangle whose vertices are 2, 4 and 2, 6 is... Take 90 seconds, see if you can solve it. I'll give you a hint. For an equilateral triangle, all three vertices cannot have all rational coordinates. If there are rational coordinates in options, they won't be the answer. Look into the two vertices that are given, 2, 4 and 2, 6. The distance between them is 2 units, so the side of the equilateral triangle is 2 units long. The height of an equilateral triangle is given by the formula h is equal to root 3 by 2 into s. So the height will be root 3. Now I need to find the point from which the height is root 3 units to the right. This point is basically the perpendicular bisector of the equilateral triangle, which is the midpoint of these two lines, that would be 2, 5. So from 2, 5, the third vertex is √3 units to the right. Now the movement won't be along the y-axis because it is to the right, so the movement is along the x-axis. That means the point would be 2 plus √3, 5. It could also be 2 minus √3, 5, but that is not among the options. So we are going to mark option A. Try the next problem. Two vertices of a triangle are 4, -3 and -2, 5. If the orthocenter of the triangle is at 1, 2, then the third vertex is. Orthocenter is the point where perpendicular bisectors of the sides meet. I hope you have solved this question. First, we are going to calculate the equation of the perpendicular on BC from A passing through H. Calculate the slope using the standard y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 formula. Take this as 0.2, take this as 0.1, or vice versa, doesn't matter. You will get the slope as -5/3. Similarly, calculate the equation of this perpendicular from B on AC passing through H. Again, use the same formula, you will get -1. Okay. Since this perpendicular from A was, well, perpendicular to BC, then the slope of BC and the slope of AH should multiply to be -1, because that's the criteria. If two lines are perpendicular, then their slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. So if m of AH, the slope of this line AH, was -5/3, then the slope of BC should be 3/5. And if m of BH, this line, was -1, then the slope of AC should be 1. Now we have the slope of BC and the slope of AC. We know the coordinates that they pass through. Figure out the equations, solve them, and you will get the coordinates of C. For BC, the equation would be y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. You will get x1 and y1 from here and m from there. So y minus 5 is equal to 3/5 times x plus 2. Simplify this and you will end up with 5y minus 25 is equal to 3x plus 6. For AC, the equation will be a bit easier because slope is 1. So I just need to do y minus y1 here into x minus x1 from there. So I'll get y plus 3 is equal to x minus 4, which means y is equal to x minus 7. I'll plug this y is equal to x minus 7 in there and I'll get 5x minus 35 because y is x minus 7 minus 25 is equal to 3x plus 6, which upon solving would give me x is equal to 33. If I get x is equal to 33, that makes y to be 26 because y was x minus 7. So the answer is 33,26 or option B. This was a bit lengthy. Do not miss easy problems because you were busy solving a larger, more complicated problem. If you need help with any of the chapters in ESAT or TMEWay, please book a class with me using the links in the description. If you need more practice, you can find my books listed on Amazon. Links are in the description. I'll end this video here. Thank you all for joining, and I'll meet you in the next lecture, which will be on geometry. Bye. Take care.